Black Earth Village Board meeting to order on Tuesday, March 5th at 6 p.m. Roll call, please.
All right. We have Terry Moyer.
Here.
James Coyle.
Here.
Scott Patchin.
Here.
Pam Louis-Reindl.
Here.
Sarah Morrow is absent. Tyler Munson is absent. And Mitch Hodson.
Yes.
Pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Proof of posting. A copy of the notice was delivered to the following on March 4th. Email to the Star News, Lake Ridge Bank, Black Earth, posted at the Black Earth Municipal Building, Black Earth Post Office, and Black Earth webpage. Public comments. See you, public. Hello?
Hi, public. Just a couple things that I would like to present to the board. Number one,
Could you just state your name and address for the
I'm
record?
sorry, Dennis J. Wood. And, my question to the board is there anything in the works about trying to secure land or secure a building for a community center in Black Earth? That's my question to the board. Is there anything being done about it? Along with that, sites that are available that were available a year ago. Since we've lost the church, the co-op, the school, Vern Wentz building next door, that all were up for sale. And nobody acted on it. There was no action whatsoever. The only things left that I can see to purchase in town is a couple lots Mr. Ron Saubacher, rest his soul, owns over by the park. And, the building that Kenny Meggs owns, is a Restore building, and then the co-op area next to the depot. That's the only places I can think of that there's really land available that you could even put a building upon. But I guess I would like to see the board start, I don't know if the funding is, do we have any funding for it?
No,
Why not?
you'd have to borrow. So, we're in a position right now where the state says we cannot raise our levy more than 2% a year. We have trouble making it every year. The only way you can do it is borrow money. And then it puts you at your max. And then you don't wanna get over your 70% of borrowing capabilities, because then it hurts your funding available.
So what you're telling me is that the way it is right now, there's no way you'd ever be able to do it?
No. Not fairly telling you the truth, absolutely.
Well, that's what I'm after.
Yep.
But in the same respect.
Yep.
In the same respect, with that, we are actively seeking developers
Yes, we
to
are,
come to our community.
to help with it.
We are talking about all the areas that you've already discussed. The church or the school sold to a private owner.
Mhm.
Whatever he paid is what he paid, but that doesn't mean that we weren't in talking to him, it's just that he got the building. The, Wentz building is now privately owned. It did go for sale, yes, it did, and it didn't take long for it to sell. And now those people have their own plans for that building, it's just taking them longer than what they thought. So, every place that has come up, we have discussed as a group, we are actively involved in our community.
And, it's hard to take, the school would have been a good site, right? If,
Maybe.
well, one of the reasons they were getting rid of it is it needed $10 million worth of renovations to make it feasible, and we don't have that kind of money put into the school.
You needed that for that to be a school,
Yeah.
to remain to be a school.
And a roof, $1 million.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
a-
yeah, but
No, rough for the
rough
rough
is $1 million every couple of years.
Yep.
So, I mean,
I would also say that the idea of a community center has been folded into the
Library discussion.
project that the library has been working on, providing community spaces for gathering, meeting rooms that the public could use. as well as obviously all of the regular library functions that you do now, kids programming, a lot of the things that a community center
Would
would be
any,
doing.
would
So-
any of that include a place big enough that you could hold a wedding reception or something like that? That's what I'm.
You could get anybody to, if you could hire anybody to staff it,
Yeah.
Yes, but,
To staff it,
yeah.
library, the new
No,
library?
no, what you just said.
Wedding.
A wedding
venue.
reception.
Wedding venue.
Well,
Yeah.
one thing that the Legion proposed years ago, I've got it in writing, is that if we had a building like that, the Legion would take the responsibility of doing all the scheduling. We could hire somebody to do the maintenance for the janitorial work and such.
Hmm?
The only stipulation was, we didn't wanna have to,
Own the building.
mow the grass and
Mow the
shovel
building.
snow and,
I remember that, sir.
but that,
I remember we took a
The
great
Legion-
big shot down, right?
yeah, the Legion is willing to do something like that, if that's what's gonna take to get things going. We've got 84 members that pledged to do whatever is right for veterans and the Black Earth community.
Yep.
But we would like, we're always looking for something to do. Okay, most of us are retired, not afraid to pitch in and either monetarily or volunteering.
Yeah, the biggest thing is, we struggle every year with the levy,
And
and you can't put money aside, because it's not there, and they don't let you, you know, the state and the legislature has to change things to be able to be more progressive for us, and it's not there right now. The only way we can do it is borrow, and there's just not enough borrowing limit to do $1 million or $2 million building project and still do street construction and stuff for.
And equipment, yeah.
And $3.2 million a year for the next 4 years for Wisconsin Heights.
Yeah,
That's gonna affect it too. It's gonna drive up the levy.
so,
In a presidential year, I don't think it's a good idea to vote yes. Next year,
maybe.
I think it'd be fine, but that's how the money rolls.
Well, they really tied our hands, this
Yeah.
legislature.
I sat in at the school,
Mhm.
presentation where they were talking about needing more money, the 3.2, because we've lost the 2.5 or whatever it was that they had, previous,
Mhm.
within the 5-year, referendum for the new school, so I understand that part of it, I don't understand the levies,
Yeah.
totals you're talking about that much, but it's frustrating, I know it's frustrating on your part
Yeah.
too.
Well, you've sat here before.
Yeah, years back.
Yep.
But,
Doesn't change all that much, Johnny.
all I'm saying is just do what you can, because
Oh,
this
sure.
community
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
really needs a community center. If it comes to the library, I'm all for that.
Mhm.
I just think that there has to be a place, you know, that the people in this community, we talk about the, Children's Museum over here. Man, they bring all kinds of people into this town.
And that has
That place is
been, yep.
busy all the time. If you
Pretty
have a
awesome.
community center for these people to take their money out of town to go to, class reunion or a wedding reception or a funeral reception afterwards, there's just, there's no place.
Yeah.
So, I really want you to tag along on that, and I know you do, but I just had to bring it up.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
And I know one other thing. 2 years ago, I borrowed a water meter from utilities that I could put onto my outside spigot, so I could water my newly made lawn.
For deduction meter, yeah.
Right. And that was free. Last year, I was charged $25 a month for that meter. What I wanna do is I wanna buy a meter from the utilities so that I don't have to pay the $150 a year for using that meter, because with a new lawn, I had to water as dry as it was.
But they still have to charge you to come look at, read the meter.
There's still a meter
and-
fee every month.
And do the maintenance.
Yeah.
But that I can talk to that piece of it. So that already exists. So it would be $6 a month for that additional meter. You would have to, pay to have your plumbing changed, to be able to have that second meter permanently fixed to your house, so you wouldn't take it off for the summer, it'd be year-round. It'd be $6 a month for that. You would just have to pay for your plumber to change anything, and then also the building permit to change your plumbing.
And there's no sewer charge.
And, correct, that would be.
You only pay for the water you use.
Yep.
I understand that, but to do that, then you're, a person, I would have to hire a plumber at, probably $180 an hour to come in, or $110, whatever they're making nowadays, to come in and redo all of the plumbing work, and then I'd still pay $6 a month for that, correct?
$6, yeah.
$72 a year. The meter I've got outside that was loaned to me by the village worked fine. And as far as reading the meter, if I get charged $25, I'm getting charged $25 a month for somebody to read the numbers on that meter when it takes me about 13 seconds to
Well,
do
it's
something.
also replacement of meter and testing and,
I mean, I would assume it'd be to deduct the bill and,
yep,
I mean, it's gotta go through,
It's an administrative charge as well.
and administrative, they gotta do the paperwork on it.
I mean, I didn't know it was $25, but.
Yeah.
Well, an outside meter's only $6.
So why can't the village
solution.
sell me a meter?
We
Well, when I
can, but
first
it would
moved
be
to the
the
village, then it's like,
$6 a month.
asked the village why I couldn't put down a sand well,
Standpoint.
Yeah.
Sandpoint well. I was told it wasn't awful.
Doesn't the DNR have something say about that?
Well,
Yeah.
probably.
They do.
So we thought about doing the same thing between our two lot lines, Rodney
Just do it.
and I.
Well,
Start
you
kicking
can't
back.
just say do it, because
You can't
if,
do that.
you just authorize them to do something that could be illegal.
Yeah.
You can't just say do it.
Hey, he doesn't have to do it.
Adam Weeding.
No, but I understand that.
You free?
I got one other thing.
Okay,
Am I gonna be able to buy a meter from
no,
Anybody,
can't sell a meter, it's all PSC regulated, they have to be tested, they have to be maintained.
Thank you,
It just, there's no way to buy a meter.
Okay. On my TDS bill, I have a charge on there, it says video service fee, $5.84. Now, those of you that have TDS, I don't know who that is, but is that the same service that, they were charging customers back, when we first started this, in 1986? Was that the, I'm trying to figure out what that charge is for.
It's not ours.
Did you ask TDS?
I asked them, and they said that goes to the village.
That's
what I
part
was
of
told.
what we talked about earlier today, the
Mhm.
video service provider fee, it's like a franchise fee.
Oh, franchise
Set
for
by
the village.
statute.
So it allows them to,
So
Operate.
they're paying you a franchise fee, but they're charging us for that.
right. They pass it along.
Ends up at concerts in the
Because
park.
it's
And that's
listed
done by,
as-
the state sets that fee, not us. The
it's
state of
listed
Wisconsin
as a
sets that.
video service fee.
Yeah.
When I'm thinking of video, I'm thinking of all the video equipment that the cable companies used to give us so we could put on our own production.
Yeah.
So this is not it?
No,
No.
franchise fee.
Okay, that's all I've got. I
Thanks,
appreciate
Dennis.
your time.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Wood. Apologize for walking in late. Great. We had one other, hi Kurt, welcome. Did you have anything you wanted to state during the public?
no ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.
I think I know why you're here. Okay. Seeing no other or hearing no other public, we'll move on to number 5, discussion and action, approval of the minutes from February 6th.
I, move approval of the minutes.
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. Any questions, comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Number 7, operator license applications, Darren Helmenstein and Amanda Korsmo.
Oh, we have the elaborate.
Oh, I'm sorry, Bailey. I'm sorry, we're gonna go back up, of course, to number 6, which is the annual library report. Thank you, Danny. It's yours, the floor is yours. Thanks, Bailey.
Perfect. so I enclosed our annual report summary in the board packet, or Danny did on my behalf. Danny. I guess in short, we had a really, really good year at the library. We spent 2023 focusing on the library as a community hub and a community space where patrons can find leisure and fun, but also information, community, and support. And our numbers really show the focus that we had on that. In particular, our in-person programming attendance nearly tripled from 2022, which is, and we offered nearly 100 more in-person programs in 2023 and 2022. That includes things like our book discussions, Lego club, toddler art, teen escape room, local author fair, battle of the books. We also continue to get views on our pre-recorded virtual programs, and we have not.
I don't know.
Okay, I'm just.
So sorry about, I'm not sure what that is.
Somebody's playing basketball, I think.
Yeah.
We haven't recorded any new pre-recorded programs, but we're still getting views on those programs in 2023, which really shows, what kind of staying power of those things and how much people really enjoy being able to do story time at home. And our collection, things have remained pretty steady. We have been doing yearly large maintenance projects across all library collections. And I've been working with Kirsten and the circulation manager, Michelle, to write a collection development plan and to work on our collection to make sure it stays relevant, up to date, and attractive, so that when people come in to browse, they them to find something. We have 14,628 physical materials in our collection, and our circulation was at 21,287. And we added 757 items to our collection. We did a lot of outreach and marketing in 2023, and that just involves letting everyone in the community know about the services that we provide. I feel like there's a lot of things that we provide that people are like, oh, I didn't know you did that, or I didn't know you had that. So just trying to get the word out about the great stuff that we're already doing. And making sure that people feel welcome, putting the library in front of people, as one of my board members said. Putting the library in front of people as often as possible so that we're one of the things that they think of when they think of. Our number of visits went up from 2022 to over 19,000 visits. Had over 1,000 registered users and 776 reference transactions. Reference transactions means like complex questions. So it's less of, can you put this book on hold for me? And it's more of like, what number in the series is this book? Or can you find me the telephone number for this? So that is a large number of references. And then we also had 881 public computer uses and 72,218 uses of our public Wi-Fi. We're still offering digital and to-go services, which patrons really like. We recently put out our children's activity bags, and they were gone within 4 days. So still really popular, yeah. We have 792 participants in self-directed activities, so those are things like the grab bags, adult take and makes. We also had a bunch of like adult kits, as well as over 5,000 uses of our electronic materials and 243,144 items available through our electronic collection. And that's all I have to, but I'm happy to take any questions.
Hey Bailey, so under expenditures, other expenditures of 39,000, it's like 20% of your budget. What's other?
So other is things like supplies, it'd be like programming, so all of our summer library program, our adult program, their teen program. All of the supplies, that we order. I'm sure there's like the cleaning, just anything that's not encapsulated within those things, utilities. Yeah.
The benefits on there, is that just insurance that you guys have to pay?
So,
Is that all of it for benefits?
yeah,
Like,
no, it's not all, so it's like FICA, there's also Social Security, health insurance.
Good, thank you, Bailey.
Thank you. Good year.
A really good year, but I am tired.
All right, thank you, Bailey.
Yeah, thanks.
Now we will go on to number 7, which is discussion and action on the operator's license applications for Darren Elmenstein and Amanda Orsamo. I believe Amanda's is a new applicant, and we did have her certification that she completed the registered course, and I believe that Darren's is a renewal.
Yep.
So no certifications required, because this is all good. Okay.
I move we accept both applications as written.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Any discussion, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I will say.
Abstain, yep. Okay, we had one abstain. Sarah abstained.
Doesn't usually say where it's for?
Not the same thing.
I know, and it wasn't indicated on the form.
Amanda's is for the shack.
Darren's, I'm assuming, is for home talent.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And licenses are issued to the municipality, not to the place.
Okay, that's,
So I could get a bartender's license and not work anywhere?
No.
That doesn't sound right to
When
you,
I
does
worked for
it?
the co-op, I could
We've always
only,
had to
I could
have
only
it
use it at the
the place.
co-op.
Interesting.
I mean, you can use proof of, like, a license from a different municipality.
Yeah,
as
to
proof.
prove that you've taken the class.
That's true.
But they're just approved
Yeah.
at the municipal level, you don't need like a sponsor or employer, you can just,
You always used to. I know you, when I had one for the co-op.
It's not required by the
one of
statute.
ours.
okay. Discussion action, village office hours.
this is coming up we had summer hours last year that worked out really well. So just talk about, what the hours look like for the office. We have a shortened day on Fridays, or if it would be, what month?
So what do you want the hours to be?
So like last year, be, 8 to 5, Monday through Thursday, and then 8 to noon on Fridays.
Is that near the crew too? Is that what the crew does?
So Public Works is done at 11, Vanguard's done at 11 on Fridays year-round, at 11 year-round, or noon year-round. Is it 11 or noon, Kurt, for Maisel?
Oh, no.
Okay.
The
It's
office or the?
Yeah, the office.
Okay.
Did you have any issues last summer with?
I mean, now that we have 3 people, why can't we just have 2 people off 1 week and rotate till 4 on Friday?
I mean, that's up
That way
to
you're,
you guys, I mean, it's,
I mean, there's
There's a
3
lot
of
of
you, 2 of them could have off, and then
I agree.
the other 2 have off, and then.
Is there a need to be open from noon to 4 on Fridays? I just feel like being closed at noon is, I think, fairly common
Yeah.
in village settings, especially during the summer. I mean,
I haven't heard any complaints last year, but
I would move approval of the summer hours as established last year, which is 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday, 8 to noon on Saturday. going into effect
No.
Friday.
No.
I mean, on Friday. No, Pam?
No,
8 to 5, not on Saturday.
Yeah, no, sorry, 8 to noon on Friday, starting on Memorial Day through Labor Day. Was that the way we did it last year?
That was last year.
Yeah,
I'll second it.
okay. Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Yes.
Thank you for your time.
Yep,
Thanks, Dennis.
motion carried.
David.
All right, number 9, discussion and action. Plan Commission recommendation regarding 917 Mill Street Hardcore Gymnastics. Request for conditional use permit. This went through Planning Commission on 2/20, was reviewed.
Correct.
Hello, welcome again.
Thank you.
Very nice presentation. It's been approved and reviewed by,
I make a motion to approve
Yep.
it was approved through the planning.
yep. Motion by Pam,
Jim, second.
second by James. Any questions or concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. You're all
Thank you.
set.
Appreciate it. We look forward to being a part of this community for a long time.
We're
Great.
glad you're here.
Welcome.
Congratulations.
Keep up the good work down there.
Thank you.
Yes, thank
Have a
you.
good one now.
You
Thanks.
too. Discussion, action, number of allowable chickens within the village limits.
What's the problem, what?
So I had a request from a resident, asking to increase the number from 4. He requested 6. Danny did some research, that was included in here, so for some other municipalities, like City of Madison allows up to 10, surprisingly.
Do they have a license already?
Yes.
I can see them.
For the licenses, they just have an across-the-board fee, right? It doesn't matter how many chickens they have.
That just sounds so
With
funny.
revenue, we could have extra chicken
We
income.
we charge per chicken.
We don't even charge for the chickens.
Right.
First of all, so.
Well, there's another idea.
They have to pay the $25 every year to have their.
If they do, but you know how many
A lot of them
chickens there are
like pay
that-
the first year, never pay again.
Yeah.
So we just sent out a bunch of letters for everyone that had them on file for the last 2 years,
Oh, cool.
to get on track with things. And then we'll send out a reminder in November to have their renewals done by January, so we're trying to get on.
Okay, so it's still
Schedule.
voluntary, whether they renew or not.
They need to, if you find
Well, I
them
mean, they
that-
need to, but
Yes.
it's still voluntary.
Well,
Why don't we just bill them? And then if they're
And they
not
could be
doing chickens
chickens.
anymore, they can come in and contest.
They
There's
could
that.
be a
There
ticket,
is that.
so.
There is that, I mean, where we can just say, hey, you know what, you got chickens.
You got chickens, here's your bill.
Here's your invoice.
And if you don't pay for this year, then you gotta prove you don't have chickens.
Well, the
I don't know how
problem
we
is,
can hunt
it's
it down.
not a billable thing, it's
We
a
read
license,
meters
so it's an
every
application and a
month.
renewal.
There's no possible way they couldn't tell.
I don't have a dog anymore.
Then what?
They read meters every month. There's no way you can go to a house and not see chicken coop
Okay.
I
Or
agree.
chickens,
or chickens.
or you hear them. My concern is not any of that, my concern is what are the neighbors gonna think from 4 to 6, from 4
I mean,
to
as long as there's
10,
no
'cause you know the
rooster-
next one's
there's no
gonna be,
roosters
well, I
allowed.
got 6,
There's no,
10.
yeah.
So female roosters, sorry, female chickens aren't allowed?
Good lord.
They are
Not
not,
compared to roosters, no.
they're not allowed at all.
Female roosters here?
Cannot have roosters.
You don't
Adam
know.
and Michaela live near
It
me,
could
and
happen.
I don't hear them, I don't
No.
hear them. when I
And
walk
that's
by.
in the policy.
You'll know if there's a rooster, you'll hear it.
Yeah.
4 chickens on a lot may be kept, but no roosters. I can't believe we're talking about this. Funny.
I really,
I don't care.
there ain't nobody here but us chickens.
I'm fine adding 2 more.
I am too, because
I am too.
I
sometimes
mean,
they
that's
don't
getting a
always
lot-
produce as much during the
No.
year as you want, so sometimes maybe 4 ain't enough.
And if you already have a coop, I just feel like.
I make a motion, we,
Do you wanna go with 6? Do you wanna go with 8, 10?
I wanna go with, I don't wanna go too
Six.
high.
Okay,
So what's the difference between 6 and 8, besides 2?
2 chickens.
And 10.
Sorry, I could not let that go.
10, which is only 6.
I'll raise you 2 chickens.
You get over 10, you
The
can take
more,
your shoes off.
the more you get in, the better, more you bring in wolves, fowl, or like coyotes.
Cross Plains is 6, I think 6 sounds
Six
good.
is fine.
6
Okay.
sounds good.
I make a motion, we increase our ordinance to 6 hens, no roosters.
second.
A motion by Mitch, a second by Sarah to increase chickens to 6 with no roosters.
And they know you can't slaughter right in the village.
Yep, still in the ordinance.
Again, in the basement,
You can't.
That's number
You don't
3,
know.
no person shall slaughter chickens on
So
the
here we are governing food, right?
Right. Okay, we have a motion and a second to increase to 6 chickens with no roosters. Any other questions or concerns? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Is that an opposition,
What?
Mr.?
I'm in opposition because I want to, let them do what they want. They want 10, they want 12.
There was an opposition there. Yep. Thank you very much.
I think we should be in the business of doing that.
Okay. Number 11, invoices to be paid.
So this month, Pam, you talked about last time, the, overpayments for taxes. A part of this one, there's a large amount of this one because of a lot of lottery credits that people didn't apply for, and because they're all like $341 for that.
What's this one that doesn't have
Address.
an address, it's a duplicate, exact same amount from the one above it?
So that's the lottery credit, so it's the same exact amount for everyone.
Okay,
I'll ask Scott to.
But get the
that
address
for the
there, make
address.
sure that wasn't done.
It looks like it's a different invoice.
Yeah.
The invoice number is the parcel number, so we can.
Oh, okay, good, and then.
the utility refund, that one, that very first one is really kinda high, isn't it?
So that was the, there was a closing where they paid their bill, and then they also paid it during closing, so the title company.
Oh, okay, okay, so then, yeah, I got it. Yep.
Going back to the tax overpayment, so that was a $7,000 tax over, oh, that's right, okay.
So that came where they wrote a personal check, and then their
Oh,
escrow
okay, they're
turned
escrow, okay, same thing, okay.
And there's one for a little bit above the.
Yeah, I saw that one, 40.
Pretty good if you can easily make that mistake.
Right.
That was just, somebody was pissed off and said it's their bank, they probably thought their bank was gonna send it to them.
And we have the Oak Hill Cemetery, they dropped off their invoice late this afternoon. It's always been 1,000, it's increased to 1,200 this year. I didn't talk to them about it, but that was just a FYI. 1,000 for the last several years.
how do they increase it without us?
Yeah, I was
approving
gonna say,
it?
that's just money we,
We have
give
to
to them.
allocate, right? I think we need to ask that.
Okay, I can,
When you go to the grocery store, been to the gas station, $200 is
I'm not saying it's not worth it, but
crap.
you can't let people just increase it on their own.
yeah,
I've got it brought
and they
up.
split it with the town, we split with town.
Doesn't hardly ever do anything.
Northwest Dane came in at,
It's
budget,
half and
right?
Yeah.
At $9,000?
Yep.
Okay, that was.
Okay, so, Oak Hill Cemetery, they just came in and dropped off an invoice?
They drop off an invoice every year.
But it was 200,
Yeah, I noticed it was, 1,200 in this whole.
It's probably bad if you think of things, but you can't just do it, right?
Who dropped it off?
The,
Church?
he,
Wherever
I think he's the,
Well, what's Visagi's that were the,
yeah, but I thought they stepped down.
yeah, they're no longer.
that's not the mine hole.
They just
Yeah.
service it, yeah.
Yeah.
can you let us know when you look at that, what the town pays to?
Yeah.
Yes, these are,
Yeah.
And reach out just to confirm the increase and.
Okay.
Where it was coming from.
I'll make a motion, we approve bills to be paid except for Oak Hill until it's been clarified of what the $200 increases were.
second.
Motion by Mitch, second by Pam. Invoices as presented with the exception of the Oak Hill pending additional information. Any questions or concerns to be noted besides what's been noted?
My one concern would be that I came over for all of this information at 1 o'clock today and I didn't have it till right before the meeting. Go ahead and take your vote.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Okay. Going on to reports. Black Earth Fire District, that's me. We met in January. We did not meet in February. We meet next on March 14th, next week. Clerk Treasurer report. And financial.
Been working on a lot of stuff going on with the Octagon, power stuff, working with the attorneys and ours, getting Danny trained on website stuff, so it's been a lot of training. Have a date of March 13th with Civic for the install for, the My Viewpoint and getting that up and going, so hopefully it'll be, so that's a 4-hour training for the initial and then a 1 or 2 hour for the evening session in the afternoon. So it's a kind of an all-day thing next week for, getting that all set, so hopefully everything so much better and we'll have things sooner for you.
So at that point, then that will allow us to come in and drill down, right?
And
So when is that user training? And how would you, what does it look like to train us on how to use that? Do we have to come to that user training?
So it'll be more for like Matt and people entering it, like Danny and Beth, that would be scanning. There's videos and things that I can send out once I don't know.
Okay, so there's tutorials that we'll have access to. That's what I was looking for, thank you.
Okay,
Doing it.
all right.
The sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Geo borrowing, I adjusted from, last time that, that 40,000 down to 8,000 and noted that it would have to be, for the stream monitoring, for the next 4 years in the budget. So, just have that in mind for when we're planning things. The, automatic door for the municipal building, I've been working on that, so that will be scheduled for, next Monday, the 11th and 12th. They'll be coming to install that, so it'll be ready before the election. So we'll have, I'm, yes, very excited, same with Bailey. Long time coming on that, to make our building more accessible. So we'll have 3 buttons, the one side, so if you're looking at the front of the building, it'll be the left-hand door. So we didn't want the door to open in front of the handicap ramp. Smart. So, both doors will be, going in on the left side if you're outside. And there will be a button by the handicap ramp, next to the left-hand door, so if someone's coming up the stairs, they can still press it, and then one in the middle and one in the inside. That is in progress. Working on getting, we've, ordered monitors for the office, replaced the very old ones and the one that Beth has brought from her own house. So we'll all be having the same monitors, and then we're now ordering the computer, soon. So we're trying to schedule, our IT consultant to come in and get everything switched over for the server. We won't have to be down for the day. You can kind of do, so we can still be operating and running, so you don't have to close, for that, but just if you need something, it might be a little bit of a disruption, but one of us will have a computer up, at a time to get everything switched over. Yeah, and
Okay, okay. All right, thank you, Danny. C, Dane, Iowa Water Commission, Coyle.
Met on February 15th. We approved another $100,000 going into a CD at 5.1%, so we got them rotating on 6-month intervals, three of them.
We do
So always be ready every 6 months, and we'll also have, in case something happens, it'll be done with quickly, being on the cycle. We did approve another monthly stipend for the 2 guys until the 3rd guy gets fully trained. Really doing good, so, no discharge violations, and that's doing good. Next meeting is 3/21/24 at 6:30.
Okay.
So 6 p.m.?
6:30.
6.
All right. Economic development, Pam.
So we didn't meet, there was some scheduling conflicts going on, and then we would ask that groundswell come. You know, groundswell can't come in March either, so we're going to actually, in the next meeting, that groundswell can attend, that I would like to set is for April 8th, because then that will help us, define some of the goals that we were already working towards and see how they can help us with that. And I think that's the first time you're hearing that one too, isn't it?
Yeah,
April 8th.
April 8th, okay.
She's hearing it now.
Tentative, April 8th, same time, same place.
Right now, there's nothing in the room, so,
Perfect.
That's a Tuesday, that's a Monday, right?
Yeah,
and did you want
because nothing else works for them.
5:30 or?
Yeah, let's do 5:30.
Okay. Is that all, Pam?
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Emergency management, Tyler's not here, they did not,
We didn't meet.
We have a meeting scheduled for the,
oh, that's meant, the March 19th, 5:30?
that should be,
That is the next meeting date.
In Pennsylvania, but I think Dan's gonna be here.
Okay, I can, EMS,
EMS hasn't met, they are meeting March 14th.
no, the 21st.
21st.
Oh, you have to change, sorry.
And I might not be back for that, she may.
I'm
go.
going to be attending, I'm not, is
Well,
that,
I can.
oh, is that
You
your,
can.
okay.
Okay.
I wasn't sure what your class night was.
Yeah, it is that night, but it's on vacation.
Oh, okay. They're on vacation?
Spring break at METC, or stuff like that.
Because he was thinking he had a room issue, so I'm gonna let Gary.
I'm thinking there's a room issue, but I haven't heard back from him, because I said, I think there's,
Okay,
you know, so,
but anyway, it's, the
Whatever.
next EMS meeting is
set for the 21st.
21st at 6:30, so if you have an issue with that night, just let me know, because Mitch won't be back. Okay, sounds good. Gateway to the drift list, Tyler is not here. Okay, library board.
I will actually defer to Billy if that's okay, since she's here. She's much more thorough, so.
I have time to like sit and write out my whole report. The library board last met on February 20th. The fundraising feasibility study is still underway. I've been in several meetings with the consultant working on that. We're getting a survey prepared, and they'll also be conducting interviews, with community members, and also working on an amendment to our contract with FEH Design so that they would be able to, draw conceptual drawings for a multi-use site that would include affordable housing. And so we can't really explore that in depth until we have, that is something that we've been working on. The annual report was approved by the library board. And I'm working with District 1 EMS on a training opportunity for our staff for the defibrillator and the overdose aid kit, in the vestibule, and I'm hoping to have one just for staff during the staff development day in the fall. That way they know how to use all of that safety equipment in case there were an emergency where, there are times when the building's open, but the library is the only place that's staffed. So in case there was an emergency during one of those times, then they would be prepared to. And And I've been in conversation with the school district about eclipse programming in April. The eclipse is on a Monday afternoon, and because I don't control that, I wanted to do a program with the school district so that we could do, an eclipse viewing party with the kids on campus, rather than doing something in town where the kids wouldn't be able to get there. So I'm working with a couple of the teachers to plan that. It sounds like we'll be doing a half-day program, with some of the older kids that probably won't take off the we'll have classes for distribution, as well as crafts, and we'll have an educational solar system activity. We are also planning on doing a public event in Best Park that will also be staffed by library staff, but because it's at the school, they want to make sure that it's not open to the public. We'll have another one. I'm also working with the Black Earth Children's Museum on a Money Smart Week program, in collaboration with Ed Best. That'll be happening in April. So I'll be doing a special story time and an activity related to money, banking, to be determined. And I've been confirmed as a presenter at the Wisconsin Association Series Conference, where I'll be discussing the various awards that are available through the Wisconsin Library Association, and that conference is taking place in May in Stevens Point. And because I'm on the planning committee, I was able to consolidate all of my commitments for that conference onto one day. That way I don't have to make the drive a few days. For upcoming programs, we have Storytime and Toddler Art this month. We have a book discussion tomorrow, blood pressure monitoring on Thursday, and then a voter registration fair. We have a Yellowstone information session on the 21st of March.
Like the TV show?
No,
Oh.
no, like the national park.
Okay, thank you.
It's a presentation.
It's not YouTube.
It's a presentation for the
Okay.
park ranger.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It wouldn't
Good-
surprise me if it was
good
a show, though,
clarifier,
to be honest.
Good clarifier, because that does seem like something I would do.
Yeah.
On book club, on the 23rd, I've got a teen advisory board meeting on the 26th. And then for spring break programming, we have Lego club, teen cupcake wars, and Wii games. And our next meeting is on March 19th. What's
Okay.
going on?
Yeah.
Maybe should be more thorough.
Did that kind of incorporate your library director report as well?
Yes.
Okay. I just didn't wanna go by anything else. Anybody?
Can you imagine? No.
I thought maybe you'd wanna defer that back to Sarah. Okay. Any other questions? That completes it?
Yes.
That checks out? Okay, so we can go right, oh, that's me, President's report. There'll just be some updates in the closed session that we'll have following this. I did attend the league training, Wisconsin League Municipalities training on the 15th. It was a good conference. I did a TIF session and just so it was good. But I'll have more updates, for the closed session, so. Public Works, Mr. Patchin.
Well, I noticed that Mr. Call isn't here this evening, and I was on vacation the last 2 weeks and was not at the meeting.
I think it got canceled.
I think the
It's for
March meeting
scheduling.
did get canceled.
It got, yeah.
Yep.
Sorry.
No
We had a
report.
scheduling,
Yep, so they will reconvene in April,
yep.
so that makes an easy report for you.
These are picking up sticks.
Matt sent me something.
Oh, Matt does have something, okay.
So we said that they are working on tree trimming, so that's pretty much wrapped up. They were working on, the trees overhanging the streets, the retention ponds, and the parks to get those all ready for spring. They completed their monthly water samples with their monthly bacteria, samples, the quarterly raw water samples, and nitrates for the year. We've been working on some new houses for new water meter setups and installs. Tony and Matt took some trainings at the Middleton Public Works Shop for confined space, bloodborne pathogens, work zone safety, and PPE. Those hours applied toward continuing education credits. Matt took a 2-day course at the Madison Concourse Hotel that was put on by UW, Madison, with the university. The course was Improving Public Works Construction Inspection Skills, and that was a 2-day course. One for him to go to. Meter reads went well. There was a few rereads due to the estimating the prior month. Just with things that didn't quite work out with the numbers, but, got all set there. They're working on cleaning up, the ball field shed, the old concession stand, and getting that organized. They're working with, the Bombers to get shelving and, just get it in there. He's also working with Phil on items with the money for parks. He met with Vanens on, the Black Earth Creek Park. Been working on stormwater, prep for the rip ditches that he's talked about with the retention pond. He's talked about for getting that all cleared out. They started brush chipping, that started yesterday, the 4th. Ice rink is down, and the tennis net is up with a disappointing winter for.
Third year.
Yeah, big year.
Fill it. Yeah, fill it in 50s. Yeah.
Question, the Public Works, do they talk about the fluoride anymore? I don't remember, did we ever have, we're gonna put it on referendum,
Took it to referendum.
and never, don't
Everybody
think I heard
passed it.
anything
Everybody thought, you know, it was a good idea.
to keep it?
No.
Okay.
You're the historian.
I just don't remember, I didn't remember hearing about it after that.
Any other questions for Public Works Committee, or that's included the director's report as well? If not, we'll move on to Parks,
Scheduled meeting 25th at 5:30 PM.
March 25th, right?
Yep.
Okay. Anything else?
Nope.
Police Committee, Sarah.
We also have not met, but we are scheduled at 5:30 on the 12th, so next Tuesday.
All right. Vanguard Commission, Mr. Patchin.
Vanguard Commission, I'd like to introduce to you all, if you don't know him, Kurt Meyer,
Woo-hoo.
has been selected and offered the position as the next Vanguard Electric Superintendent.
Well, congratulations.
Through extensive,
I was gonna say, I'm assuming since you're here, you're accepted.
well, that's where I was going. He must have said yes.
He
I've
stole
been-
your thunder.
He's been, yeah,
I've been gone,
he's
so
been gone, so he's assuming it all worked out.
that's good. Do you have anything to, say to this board of chickens?
What have we been doing? Our crew has been tree trimming, on trees. We did finish up meter testing for the year. We were able to find, I don't know, with the substation for Black Earth, I don't know if this has been, we were able to find a tower that is needed to build the substation used from Alliant.
From Platteville.
Platteville, okay, I don't know if you guys knew about that.
Yep, I think we did, yep.
And, yeah, so we got that back from sandblasting and painting today, actually, looks really good. So, that would be a nice money saver for utility. And, okay, and also, I guess, I don't know what you guys are aware of, we also are looking at a part of this structure, another part of the structure for the substation, also from that same substation in Platteville. We might have to pay or something for that, but it'll be a heavily discounted price compared to new. Yeah.
Platteville should just give it up. They got a lot of money.
And we are gonna start looking into hiring another lineman here shortly. And then, you say, we are caught up with services, new service installs for the year due to the lack of frost that has been all year. We never had to accrue frost charges.
Congratulations.
Thanks
Yeah.
for,
When did you start officially?
The 24th, last Monday.
Good, good. Welcome. All right. With,
Sarah, what'd you say the police committee meeting was at?
Next Tuesday, the 12th, at 5:30.
Okay, I don't have it in my calendar, so I didn't have the invite yet.
Oh, yeah, I have the invite from Danny and Mike.
I'll highlight it to resend it.
okay. With that, I would,
I'd make a motion to go
Okay.
into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin Stats 19.85, parent 1, parent E, deliberating or negotiating purchasing of public properties, the investing of public funds, or conducting other specified public business, whether competitive or bargaining reasons require a closed session.
Second.
roll call. Thanks, Bailey. Thanks, Kurt.
I'll second
Thanks,
your
Kurt.
motion, but,
All right.
We already did, both of us did.
oh, I didn't hear you.
Oh, no, you're checking.
I was reading. I'm fourth,
Yeah,
I wanna be fifth.
2, 3, 4.
Terry Moyer,
Here.
Chief Coyle,
Yes.
Scott Patchin.
Yes?
Sam Louis-Reindl,
Yes.
Sarah Morrow,
Yes.
Kevin Munson, still absent, Mitch Hodson.
Yes.
Okay. We are in negotiation, or we are in closed session. And
So, when I came in,
move into a new closed session, which is employment. I move that we move into a closed session pursuant to Wisconsin statutes 19.85, parent 1, parent C, considering employment, promotion, compensation, or performance evaluation data of any public employee over which the governmental body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility, employee comp.
Out of this one.
Second,
First second.
Glory Hog.